probably too much now. Now, radiator's hot. Oh! I didn't put the damper spring back in. Right. Hello. Welcome to my Saab 90. This is actually a refilm, hence why it's got different wheels in the main video now, because the first intro I filmed was terrible. So I should just try and remember what I said, really. Let's just free flow. So yeah, this is my Saab 90. I got it from about just over a year ago. And it hasn't been on the road since about 2001. And basically all I did to it, I changed the oil as a precaution, put some fresh fuel in it, and, well, obviously a fresh battery, and it literally fired right up. So yeah. And I've had to do usual countless welding on it because, well, it's an old Saab which has been off the road for a while. And yeah, it is just about ready for an MOT until I thought, oh, I'll plug the old CO tester onto it just to make sure it has actually got a chance of going for the emissions. And it was sky high, and I did everything to the carb to try and adjust it. And I wouldn't go below about 9% CO, and I think it needs to be about 4% minimum. But no, it is a nice enough car, really. So far we have, yeah, so I've done the welding, all that sort of thing. The inside was horrific, so I've done the headlining, which looks actually not too bad, really, considering the biscuit wasn't great. The biscuit's obviously the ball that's behind it. I know, it's a good car, really. So yeah, gonna get the carb off and go from there, I guess. Have fun. This is how not to rebuild a carb, because, as I said, I've never actually done Strombergs before. So yeah, we shall now move seamlessly on to my reasons why I hate Strombergs. Oh, also, I will be banging on a lot how this car needs to be ready for an MOT I booked on the next Wednesday after doing the carb. Here's a spoiler alert, I never made it to the MOT because the brake servo disintegrated, and I'm still trying to work out what to do about that, because yeah, a 90 or late 99 is different to an early 99, because to make the servo fit around the alternator they just shrunk the servo, so I think I'm going to try a Land Rover one in there or something. But yeah, here's me now talking about why I hate Strombergs in the past. Enjoy that. Now, I love old British cars. Old British cars have these carburettors on. However, all the old British cars I don't like have these carburettors on, which are Strombergs. Sorry to everyone who loves Strombergs and Triumphs, but they're not my cup of tea. This carburetor is my cup of tea. I'm an SU guy. I love SUs. They're simple, as are these, but they don't have diaphragms and things. But I'm willing to give this carb a chance because I've only had bad experiences with them, but this could be a good experience. And also, I've never really rebuilt one. So yeah, I thought we'd sort of do this journey together and do this carb rebuild. Well, get it off, get it on the bench, and see what it needs. Oh, and yes, there are other videos coming. I've got one on my 900, which I posted on Instagram the other day. That is in the middle of being worked on, but time, so I thought I'll just do this quick video now, and yeah, could be quite fun. So let's set the tripod up and unbolt this thing. Ooh, Strombergs. So let's disconnect things. We need to take off. Sorry about the lighting, by the way. Oh no, I haven't got a tripod to put on. Disconnect things. So we need to do throttle linkage, air duct, and fuel line, dipstick thing, and then it should all come off nicely. Yes, sir. Just float around. Oh, I need a torch. that's in the way, so we need to get that off first, I think. Oh, that's been opened up. Unhook the throttle cable. I'll lose everything in the scuttle in a minute. Seven. Of course, at least drop at least one bolt. Cool. Wow, that's a lot of petrol. To the bench. Side note. What the hell is that thing? Oh, focus, for goodness sake. Thank you. What the hell is that? It's like a solenoid thing with a wire going on it, but inside it's just a little hole. There's somebody screaming at me now, telling me what it is, but we'll find out later if I can remember or be bothered. How weird, it doesn't do anything, it's just a hole. There's no lines connected to it. We'll find out about that. Cool. So, excuse the mess. It's my bench, so it's chaos. And I've suspended a light sort of onto masking tape with a welding glove shoved behind it, so there is some light. So I guess first we shall remove things which so on an SU, this is always the first thing I remove. I have had this off already in trying to reduce the CO levels by seeing if the needle was stuck, but it wasn't. So it looks like we've got float problems, so let's take that off first. Empty the oil. Now Saabs use ATF fluid. See, in Strombergs I've ever seen them where they take engine oil, but maybe they need a thinner oil to make it not so rich on acceleration, I don't know. Let's pull that out. Wasted so much ATF taking that apart and putting it back together again. Let's set that to the side. Diaphragm looks alright, but when the rebuild set comes, it'll come with a new one anyway, so. But then when the diaphragm goes, they usually run too lean, not too rich. I shall set that there, so it doesn't distort the diaphragm, and I look forward to knocking that up and breaking it later. So what do we have here then? We've got Ah, like an emission controlled MG. Oh, I feel we've got that sprung bugger. Yes, on the overrun it'll open that and suck a bit of air in. Okay. Of course, yeah, this is the CD175 SEVX, I think, so that's got more emission control stuff. That's going to piss fuel everywhere. Let's get a little tray. The mankiest tray I ever did see. Let's pull that out. To be fair, that petrol doesn't look very nice. Doesn't smell very nice either. But then, I did put the petrol in it last year. Right, so let us start removing things. So I guess we'll take the float chamber off, which is now a flathead. Will they undo? Oh yes. I'll just loose them all first, so I've got a... Oh dear. That doesn't feel very nice. You know when something suddenly loosens, it gives that satisfying snap, but not the snap of the bolt snapping. That's alright. Yeah, that didn't happen on that one. Ooh. There we go. Right, they're all loose. And I always start from the outside and work my way in, like when doing a head gasket. You know, when you take a head off or tighten it up, you tighten up in like a from the middle outwards. Basically, I do that on all carburettors like this because, well, you know, anything but an SU which doesn't have a funny pattern. But I'll do it all. Well, I'm rambling. I do it all like that because it prevents any distortions. If you do like that one, you know, if you sort of do it in a circle, it can possibly distort it. I'm going to get my little plastic hammer. Couldn't find the magic plastic hammer as usual, so I've got... that doesn't do it. There we go. Oh, not too bad in there, really. That's surprising. Yeah, okay. So I shall check the float height in a minute. Let's find some more fuel. Oh, hello. Let's just check the float is happy. Yep. So the float works. So let's remove this, which is the temperature compensator. They can stick, apparently. I did do some basic research on these last night. an O-ring that doesn't look very well. Ah, that might have something to do with it. That is completely choked up. I'm not sealing. I need to read up again on how exactly it works. But my understanding is it passes... No, I'm not going to explain it because I don't know. Right. Let's remove the choke assembly. If it will. Oh yes, I remember now. This is like a cam affair. And that basically just shoves more fuel. Right, we'll take that apart in a minute, set that aside, but as you can see we've got loads of little holes in there. And the choke isn't actually fully progressive, you've got like steps. And that's full rich. And that's not. Yep. And now actually that should come off. There we go. Ooh, that's nasty. Yeah, we've got some blockages in there. Oh, and there's a gauze. Ah. I mean, as much as I don't like these are actually, it's actually quite a clever little carb. It doesn't need to be this complicated, but then again, I suppose it has got all the emission control stuff. Ah, a little diaphragm. Right, so I've just printed off a guide from, oh, I think that's the same place. Some info from Berlin Fuel Systems. They do all the parts for these and SUs, and buy from them, they're brilliant, they do all the stuff. So yeah, and I have got some info on what to do, because I realise this isn't going to be a very informative video if I don't know what I'm doing. So first I'm going to check is the float height. So I need to remove the gasket. There we go. We need to measure float height speed between 16 and 17 millimeters of the gasket removed on the highest point. So let's zero that. And that is 15. Yeah, 15 mil. So let's raise that. Let's double check that because I'm surprised. Like the other side. Yeah, there is. So to adjust that, we need to. We're bending the tag which contacts the end of the needle. Right, so we simply need to... Actually, this is easier than SU. Let's just bend that up a little bit. Let's see where we are now. 16. I'll try and get it to about 16.5 because that's just between the two. $16.7, that'll do. Cool, that's still zeroed. Turn that off. So that's the float height reset. So it's quite nice we found a few things wrong. I think next step is to strip all this throttle linkage off. Now, I have heard something about there being a vent system for the float chamber. I've just realised I shouldn't have done that yet because I'll probably be getting a new needle C in the kit. Oh, bugger. Right. Right. 14. Ooh, that doesn't feel very nice. Ooh, that's got some junk in there. Let's give that a little blast out with some solvent. I've run out of carb cleaner, so we've got electrical contact cleaner, but it's probably all the same. Well, that's cleaned out if the kit doesn't come with a new thing, but I know that does work because we tested it. And it wasn't actually bucketing fuel out the front of the carb, so that means that it's probably in good shape. Absolute waste of time setting that float height, but I'm sure it'll still be fine. Well, nothing's moved, so it should still be the same. So, what next? Shall we remove... That keeps getting in my way. Let's see if that'll come off. That won't come off, that's fine. Right, so I found out what a solenoid is. It is basically an anti-overrun valve. So it's normally open, the ignition's on, and it gives the specified idle. You turn it off, and it basically shuts off that port and stops fuel flowing, which, yeah, okay. Right, so the rebuild kit is here. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be quite the right one, because it hasn't come with this diaphragm, which I'm now soaking in petrol trying to revive. I'm pretty sure it is crack free, to be honest. I thought it had a crack in it, but it was just a hair, like a funny line thing. So yeah, I'm going to leave that sitting in some petrol, which is really manky, but it's petrol. See if it will revive. But my MOT is on Tuesday, so we need to try and get this back together. Right, so I think what we will start with is, I mean, in an ideal world I would ultrasonic clean all this, but time is of the essence. So I should say that, for context, the MOT is Wednesday and today is Monday, which sounds like I've got a long time, but it's not going to be enough time for the correct diaphragm to come, and I've got 2 days of pretty solid work lined up. So let's look at the little diagram. We need a couple of O-rings by the look of it. Are you it? Yes. So let's poke you down in there. Cool. me our screwdriver, which is there. Brilliant. Now, I don't know if I filmed it or not, but I did test that. And it works fine. Now it's unseized. I never got to the bottom of how the float chamber vent works. I just don't think it might not even have it on this model. The book says it should have, but I don't know. I will need to get a blade and scrape all that old gasket off. Does that go together again? Cool. Yes. How's this looking? Oh, it's pretty soft and supple. Oh, I don't like reusing it, but I have no choice. Why didn't they supply one? Right, so the camera filled up and I don't know where it stopped. So, new plan, because that jet, the old jet is ovalized, I know it said don't remove it, but I reckon that will press in. So what I'm going to do, if we flip it over, and let's stick it in that conveniently placed roll of masking tape. Yes, I don't know if you can see, that isn't perfectly round, so that's going to be affecting the mixture as well. So I'm going to measure the step. Can I poke your finger in and show you? Yeah. Measure the step between, find something pointy. That's pointy enough. Between there and the top of the carb. Write it down and then press the new jet into the right position. So let's do that. Right, so that is 1.79 or 1.8 mil. Oh, I just said it, as near as damn it. So if we get a pen and write it on our Zenith sheet. So 1 point, yeah, 80. We'll do a little diagram. Artist. No, let's find something suitable to press this jet out. Right, so I've got a 7mm long reach. Oh, 5mm. And that is pretty perfect. Yeah, fits on there well, and it can't do it with two hands, fits on there well. Right, let's try and press that out. Right, so I couldn't film it because I need 3 hands. But let's go and compare that to the new one. Hopefully it's all the same. Yeah, I mean the pickup is so... Oh no, they're exactly the same. Do we have any markings on the side for size? Nope. So I guess press the new one in through the bottom? I reckon so. Yeah, let's compare sizes. So that is... You can't quite see it on camera, but that one isn't really very round. and that one is. So let's see what we can do. There we go, so I just measured the hole in between, well, compared the new one to the old one. And yeah, there we go. 12.75 on the old one, new one is 12.63. So that might make a difference. Side note for all those who are screaming at the camera, I didn't re-zero the caliper, so it's not 12.75, that's a ridiculous size hole. It was actually not that, but still, you can see it's bigger. But I did make sure I zeroed the caliper when I was doing that height. So, as you can see, new one is pressed in so far, but it is 2.61, that's 1.80, so I need to press that down a little bit further. I'll try and do it on camera. I am pressing on the end of the jet, which is risky because it's brass. But YOLO, as the young'uns say. Now we need to go down the tiniest whisker. Like that. Right, let's remeasure. Don't let that go up all the way. 2.28. Ooh, little way to go. Oh, check I zeroed it again. Didn't. Right. What? Oh yeah, it's minus something, wasn't it, on the zero calibration? Yep, that's those ones go, 2.44, right. More. Let's try that. 2.16. More. So how? Yeah, millimeters is actually quite a lot, isn't it? Okay. Back to it. Probably too much now. Zero it. Oh, it's zeroed. Okay. Oh, what's that? Wrong way up. You know what? I'll take that. That will do. Right. Reassembly. Well, we've got the camera back. I've emptied the card. Now, I was going to put the card back together, well, all back together in the card, but I remembered I need to change the diaphragm because it's come with one, and this one's ancient. It will probably go halfway down the road, because if the diaphragm goes, the car will idle fine, but you won't be able to go anywhere, which isn't ideal for normal running. Right, that's on. I'm going to fill this with oil once on the car. I've reattached the mystery throttle, the vent chamber thing, but now remember I need to set the base idle, which I'm going to do as I'm going to do half, one and a half, I think. Let's put it on the car. So I haven't bored you with putting the card back on because you saw it come off. But what I will do, just to note, I'll show you my way of getting the choke cable correctly set up. I've already done it, so I'm just going to act now. So I always pull the choke lever out just a tiny fraction after inserting the cable in the hole. Yeah, so imagine that loose. Focus. Yeah, imagine that loose. Obviously push the choke all the way down, the choke lever so it's fully off, and then tighten the nut. And then you go in the car, pull the choke out, push it back in again, and from my experience, the choke is then set perfectly every time. There's no sort of overhang on the choke knob, it's not holding the choke on too much. It is perfect. So now, everything's connected up. Oh, I need to add some dashpot oil, which on a Saab is ATF for some reason. Anything else like Triumph, it's engine oil, but for some reason Saab is ATF. I don't know if it's because it's thinner, it needs... And this is the point the microphone stopped working again, because that seems to be the theme. I was probably babbling on about dashpot oil or something, I don't know. So once done this, I will start the car up. There might be some sound left in there so you can hear that, but bear with me, we shall see what we can do. One day I can afford some new equipment and things, which would be nice. It's definitely much leaner already because it's taking a lot of choke just to keep it running. I take it off and it's... ooh, it's not happy. Let it warm up and play, I guess. I think the idle stop needs adjusting on the carb as well, but we do that when it's warm. So I think it needs to be about 1500 RPM. Oh no, you do it when it's cold. Oh, I don't know, we'll set that another day. But at the moment, it's running well, because before, if you had any choke on when it was cold, it would splutter and cough like it's too rich, but now it relies on the choke. So, yeah, we'll just warm it up and see what happens. Oh, my heated seat's on. That's not supposed to happen because it's June. She needs more oil. Emissions tester is showing 1, so let's reach it up a little bit. this is the issue we've got now. We've gone the other way. What I'm trying to say is we've gone the other way. Yeah, we've got mic issues again. I think it just wasn't plugged in properly because I plonked it on the tripod. But yeah, we've gone the other way where it's too lean now. So I think the idea I was going to do is, I was thinking about tapping the jet down because I might have got the jet up too high. But we'll actually find out that wasn't the case in a minute. But yeah, we'll see how much more sound we've got in this clip. Enjoy. Yeah, it sort of goes, that means it's too lean. And then it goes up. Although I suppose I should check my ignition timing. Let's check the ignition timing. It's 9 degrees. I don't know if that's good. Let's plug the ignition timer seems spot on. Now that needs just tweaking a little. These Gunson's gas tunes, they're cheap and nasty, but they're brilliant. I think this one was 60 quid. That's English pounds. I mean, it's slow, you have to wait for it to react. It's still lean. Hang on, the tube is full of water. Right, give it a little rev. It's running really nice now. Does its thing from the unburnt fuel, then it goes down. I think we do need to tap that jet down a bit. Yeah, right, let's do that. Let's knock it off. Actually, we'll let the cooling fan go for another cycle, and then we'll do that. Let's pull that out. Now, radiator's hot. Oh! I didn't put the damper spring back in. Right, let's try that. Deary me. The amount of times I've forgotten that. On not just this, but a lot of cars. And then wonder, why isn't it running right? I mean, well done for it revving up like it did. That's good. Nice. Right, let's start it up again. Yeah, I think you can tap that jet down. That's 8.6, which is better than before, and it is on full rich. 4.7, 4.6, come on. Oh, if you could do 2 more, then you leave off. No go, it's too high. Let's turn the idle down a smidge. Fucking fan. .7. Oh my god. Wait for the fan to cut out, then I'll give it a rev. So it should spike now. Yeah, it'll spike a bit. And it should go down. Possibly I've gone a bit too far. No, I'm going to leave it at that. What's the rev counter saying? I know it's not an accurate measurement, but it's saying 1 grand, so I'm going to turn it down a smidge. Wait for the fan to shut up. You know what? I'm happy with that. Cool. 3 point. Book says 3.5. It is. Doing that. But low is fine. At least it's not 1 like it was. Oh yes, because to be honest, I think it's just hot now. So I reckon we shall turn it off, come back tomorrow, and see what's occurring. Yeah, it's warm. Nice. For some reason the oil pressure gauge isn't working. Or oil pressure... Oh, it is. Yay! So there we go. Subject to test drive and cold start, because with that damper spring out, the choker being all over the place, that's why it only wanted to run with the choke all the way out when fully cold. So to test drive and all that sort of thing. it's fine. So all I need to do now is do the tracking, because I've replaced all the suspension ball joints. And then it can go for a little test drive before the MOT on private land. But no, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. There will be more stuff out soon. I'm working on the 900 video. I've got, well, if you don't follow my Instagram, then I posted a little clip up a few weeks ago of just the 900 driving past, because I am making a video on whether you can daily drive a 900 8-valve turbo from 1984, so I've got quite an early one. And, well, the short answer is yes. I did it for a good 2 or 3 months, and it's done a lot of miles, but I won't give too much away. Save that for the video. Look forward to that. There'll be some more content on that black thing in the corner. The 2-door turbo, and at some point there really will be some more content on my red 5-door, but work gets in the way. I want to get these projects out of the way, and I promise work will resume. It's not going anywhere, we're safe. But no, thank you for watching.